Imagine stumbling upon secrets that could redefine the future of a beloved gaming empire, only to be floored by the shockingly modest sums behind it all. That's the jaw-dropping revelation from the newest Pokémon data breach that's got fans buzzing and bewildered. Building on the heels of last year's infamous teraleak, the creators at Game Freak are grappling with yet another massive exposure of confidential information. This time, unveiling what appears to be their roadmap for upcoming titles stretching all the way to 2030. For those new to the scene, a leak in gaming is basically when sensitive internal data, think unreleased game details, artwork, or plans, gets shared online without permission, often stirring up a mix of excitement and chaos among fans. This incident mirrors the teraleak from exactly 1 year ago, which spilled the beans on a treasure trove of unreleased Pokémon adventures and internal secrets. Game Freak confirmed the breach, revealing that hackers had accessed personal employee data as well. Fast forward to April this year, and Nintendo took legal steps by asking a court to compel Discord to disclose the identity of the suspected culprit behind the teraleak. It's a reminder of how seriously these companies guard their intellectual property and the lengths they'll go to protect it. Now, this fresh leak, packed with supposed blueprints for future projects and creative concepts from both fresh and familiar games, hits just days before the eagerly awaited launch of Pokémon Legends ZA. Some whisper that the same mischievous hacker might have been sitting on this info, waiting for the perfect moment to unleash it. And if you're wondering what that means, ZA is the latest spin-off in the Pokémon universe, focusing on expansive Legend-style gameplay. But here's where it gets controversial. The reported budget for Pokémon Legends ZA clocks in at a mere 2 billion yen, which translates to roughly $13 million USD. To put that in perspective for beginners, game development budgets can vary wildly. In Japan, costs tend to be lower than in the West, thanks to factors like more affordable salaries and streamlined production processes, compared to blockbuster Western titles that might rack up hundreds of millions. Still, even by those standards, 13 million feels like a tight squeeze for a flagship series from Nintendo. For example, think of it as trying to craft a high-quality epic adventure with the resources of a small indie studio, rather than the deep pockets of a Hollywood blockbuster. Fans are rightfully worried, especially since recent Switch Pokémon titles have faced criticism for laggy performance and bugs, raising questions about whether there's enough financial backing to polish future entries into silky smooth experiences. Across online forums, this budget bombshell is stealing the spotlight. On Reddit, the top comment in a thread dissecting the leaks quipped that the entire exposé boils down to just a post-it note reading, "even lower budget for the next game." Another user pondered the real problem, saying, "A lot of people gripe about the money side, but not enough call out the time crunch these games suffer from. Rush development can hurt quality just as much." And don't get us started on the one poster who dreams of a game-changing upgrade. The only leak I'd celebrate is one announcing a superior engine, treating Pokémon like a cutting-edge title with big bucks behind it. It's sparking heated debates. Are these budgets a smart, efficient use of resources in a mature franchise? Or a sign of complacency that shortchanges players expecting modern marvels? Diving into the leak details, spoiler alert ahead. We're looking at purported plans for the next 4 games leading up to 2030. Kicking things off is the 10th generation mainline entry, codenamed Gaia, slated for release next year under the title Pokémon Wind and Waves. It'll arrive with DLC in 2027 and transports players to a Southeast Asian-inspired setting. Sneak peeks at concept art depict lush, open jungles, brimming with exploration potential. Budget-wise, it's eyeing 3 billion yen, about $20 million, which is a noticeable uptick from ZA's 13 million, likely fueled by promised upgrades like a fresh engine to boost performance on consoles. For novices, DLC means downloadable content, adding extra adventures or features post-launch, much like bonus levels in your favorite game. Hot on its heels is another Legends-style game. This one, revisiting the Galar region from Sword and Shield. With the catchy codename Ringo, then comes Project Seed, an ambitious mashup blending multiple regions from previous titles into one interconnected world. Finally, the 11th generation aims for a 2030 release, hinting at even more expansive horizons. Of course, we have to pump the brakes here and question just how reliable all this is. Even if these tidbits are legit, they might reflect outdated plans that have evolved since the leak. Plus, fan theories are swirling wildly, adding layers of speculation. Eurogamer reached out to the Pokémon Company and Nintendo for their take on the leak's authenticity, but we're still awaiting their response. This saga also ties into pre-launch spoilers for Pokémon Legends ZA, hitting shelves this Thursday, October 16th. Copies of the game have already surfaced in the wild, popping up in streams on platforms like Twitch, and even illegal ROM downloads, meaning plot twists and secrets are flooding the internet. What do you make of it all? Do these seemingly modest budgets signal a shrewd approach to keeping a classic series affordable and innovative? Or are they a red flag for underinvestment that could leave modern gamers disappointed? And here's a thought-provoking twist. Could Game Freak's efficient model actually be a strength, allowing them to iterate quickly without Hollywood-scale bloat? Or is it time for a budget overhaul to match player expectations? We'd love to hear your opinions. Agree or disagree, weigh in below.